Yeah, so I pop, 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 ooh, 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 pop, pop, pop. Bro. Okay. We gonna film from right here. Okay, so this is the angle we rocking. So in any case, yeah. So I just wanted to say something right quick ish. I've been thinking about this for a minute. This idea of you either choose the wound or the lesson. I think, sometimes when you're healing and you're going through something like stressful or deeply depressing, and you've been in it for a while and you don't necessarily know how to get out of that space. You ever feel like that, where you've just been going through something for so long and you're like, how much longer? Like, what else is, like, what is the point of this? Like, I keep feeling this way. It's like an onslaught. It's never ending. It's so persistent. You wake up, it's there. Okay. You know what I mean? Before you go to bed, it's right there. Sometimes in your dreams, it's there. The pain, the depression, the whatever you're going through, wrestling with, whatever is challenging. And it's definitely easier to like understand things, I think, of course, in retrospect, when you've gone through mad shit and then you look back and you're like, maybe this was why, or maybe that was why. But the thing that I think about now in terms of being stuck in a place emotionally or spiritually, or feeling stuck emotionally or spiritually, because I feel like a lot of times you're actually making a lot of progress, you're learning a lot, but whilst you're inside of it, it doesn't feel like that. You may not be able to see everything you've learned until after, right? So to me, one of the things that I think about is you either choose the wound or the lesson. That perspective is really helpful to me, because if you think about whatever is painful as, oh, this is where I want to be, like want to be as in, I want to think about this, or I don't understand this thing, or I'm still wrestling with it. Like you're choosing that, right? You're choosing to be within that and to wrestle through it. Or it might be a circumstance that has been put upon you that you're sorting through, right? And you're just like figuring it out, and you feel stuck. You're like, what is, like, I feel like shit, and you feel like shit for a long period of time. The perspective that helps me in those types of moments of feeling stuck, right, is you either choose the wound or the lesson. So you either choose to continue to go over and over and over again, whatever it is that's painful, in the exact same way, or you shift your perspective to think, to feel, to say, to consider, to ponder, what can I learn right now? And I mean that not in a patronizing way, you know what I mean? Not in an oversimplification type of way, but really to say, what am I missing right now? Because when you are in that space and you keep going over and over and over a situation, there is no change. Your mind is like, but why? But I don't understand. And this is going on. And then that happened. And then that happened. And this is so fucked up. And I'm in so much pain. Like how I disrupt or shift that is like, what am I missing here? What is the lesson here? What can I learn here? What is there in this space? What is there in this lesson, in this moment, in this experience that I have not considered yet? And it's very difficult to do that. It sounds real simple, but it's very difficult to do that. Especially, let's say you have an ongoing relationship with a particular person, and you have an ongoing like type of conflict or issue or challenge with that particular person. You're already in your head, like before they even say shit, you already like, I know what the fuck this nigga is gonna say, right? Before you even say something, or before maybe you even see that person, you already you've made up your mind probably of how you're going to engage with them, which is how you've been engaging with them. So It can seem really like an oversimplification to say, oh, what am I missing? But seriously, when you really sit there and think about it, like, what am I fucking missing? Like, what? Just let me remove myself from this situation. Let me look at this like somebody, this is like a film I'm watching, right? This is somebody else's experience. This is a story a friend is telling me. This is an experience that somebody is sharing with me, right? And really think, what the fuck am I missing? What have I not considered? What vantage point have I not looked at this through? What lesson is here that maybe I'm resisting, or that I feel like maybe I'm not ready for, or whatever? That shit, yo, is a fucking game changer. You're either choosing the wound or you're choosing the lesson. I'm telling you. And when I put it in that perspective, it makes everything supremely clear. It doesn't mean that, you know, whatever I'm going through, I don't have a right to be pissed. No, you have a right to be pissed. You have a right to be upset. You have a right to be hurt. You have a right to feel whatever you feel. I'm not talking about that. When I say you're either choosing the wound or the lesson, I'm not saying that, oh, you just choose to learn from it and then it doesn't hurt anymore. No, life is not that fucking simple. But when you have that kind of understanding in your brain, that even though there's been deep pain or deep depression or deep hurt or deep whatever challenge in that fucking situation, even though that is fucking real, there is also something to learn from that. There is also something that can make you stronger from that. There is also something within that fucking experience that could actually like physicalize or spiritualize or somehow alchemize into a part of your armor, a part of like, you know, something that protects you in the future because of a lesson that you've internalized. When I look at it in that perspective, it helps me move through. It helps me navigate through what I'm going through. Because the perspective is, it's less about this is so hurtful, this is so painful, this was so fucked up, how could this happen? Like, da 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 da. It's less about that, and it's more about, how can this make me fucking stronger? How can I like walk away from this, move forth from this with wisdom that I did not have before, that elevates me to a different place? You feel me? Elevates me to a space of healing. That's something that's really helpful to me. You're either choosing the wound or the lesson, and you can still be in pain. But once you have that perspective of there's a lesson here, there's something that I can learn here, learn about myself, learn about this situation, learn about how I reacted to someone or something, learn about what pisses me off, learn about what makes me feel insecure, learn about how I react in certain situations, learn about maybe I don't need to respond to every situation. Like, when you have that kind of mentality, that you can really sit down and decipher that there is something bigger than just the pain to be gained from that situation. It shifts shit, and it empowers you, because rather than this hurts, I can say I learned this, and this from this. I will never go through this or this again. Or I know that next time, or in any situation where this type of shit comes up, listen, I'm out. I know, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I've gone through conflict with certain people or certain situations, what I've learned, even though I was like 119% right, what I've learned is that the best thing for me sometimes is just to like walk away. It's not relevant. Like, to my own personal healing or my own fucking peace of mind, me being right isn't the point. I know that I'm right. I don't need somebody else to fucking confirm that. And that's like a huge lesson that I fucking learned as well. You know, sometimes you'll be sitting there trying to get somebody to fucking agree with you, see your perspective, and you're like, what's the point of me trying to convince you? If I know what's really fucking good, why do I need you to confirm it? Why? Is my opinion not good enough? Is my perspective not good enough? I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the other thing, is like, I don't really care about having the last word anymore. I used to care so much, bitch. I want to have the last word. You know, it's like, fuck having the last word. You can have the last word, babe. I don't care. What the fuck does it matter? You having the last word, me having the last word, it doesn't change anything about what's right or wrong in the situation. You feel me? When you know you've done right, when you know that you are moving from a space of love, that you are giving, that you are being kind and fair, You know, when you are moving from like truly like a good fucking spot, your intentions are good, you're accountable, you're holding yourself accountable to like your energy, the energy that you put into the world. When you know you're doing right and doing good, you're less pressed about the next person agreeing and co-signing that you're doing right and you're doing good, you know? So that, to me, I just wanted to share that. I feel like, first of all, who gives a fuck about the last word? Like, make sure that make sure you're good with you. It's not about, I need this person to know that I'm correct and I said this. I don't give a fuck. If you want to have the last word, have the last word. I'm free. Like, I'm over here eating my ice cream, watching Netflix, chill. I don't give a fuck about the last word. I know I'm good. And yeah, I just wanted to share that bit about the wound or the lesson. You're either choosing your wound or your lesson. And even as you're healing, you can still, even as you're healing and you're in pain, you can still choose the lesson. And I feel like for me, it transforms that wound for me. It might be slow, it might be fast. You know, that's life. You never know. But that perspective of focusing on the lesson rather than the pain, rather than what was wrong, like learn from it, process through it and heal. Feel what you need to feel. But then for me, I shift to like, where is the lesson? What is the lesson? What are the lessons? How can I learn from this? How can I grow from this spiritually as a person and emotionally? That shift is important to me. So I wanted to share that with you. It's either, you either choose the wound or the lesson, boo. And on that note, on that glorious note, I want to say, please always remember to heed the call of your beautiful, gorgeous, one-of-a-kind, unique, beloved, blessed, divine soul. I love you. Bye.